Well, hello, and hello. Today is not my usual upbeat, I'm super excited day, but I am still blessed to be here. Twyla Jenkins, founder and CEO of the I Am That Woman movement. And as I posted, my show today is a very special show. It is about our health and wellness. And it really is about learning how to live. Learning how to live. I am launching a free 6-day guide to holistic wellness. And this 6-day guide is really kind of poignant for me today because I lost a really dear friend this morning. And it's hit me in a couple of different ways because I was scheduled to go to the hospital at noon today to see him. And so, John Mitchell, who was the chief of staff for Rainbow Push Coalition, and anybody who knows me and absolutely any part of my career knows that my career started in 2001. And actually, Rainbow Push was one of my very first clients and stayed a client, still is quasi clients. I would do absolutely anything for Reverend Jackson. And so John Mitchell was the chief of staff. So we were close. We were for years working together as colleagues, but also as friends. And so, spending hours, and I mean hours of working together, both of us, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 hours working tirelessly for their conferences and conventions and meeting planning and event planning is not an easy task. And of course, working for Reverend Jackson and all of the many elected officials and world renowned actors and actresses would come. And so we would have to manage all of that. And it was a lot. And John was a great supporter. I mean, John supported me in so many different ways. I was just thinking, I texted my sisters earlier and was asking them to keep me in prayer. And my sister said, I remember John, he came to your wedding. I was like, right. And so I actually went to my wedding album and found this beautiful picture of John and I. And so my heart, it's heavy today. It's really heavy, but John lived a good life, and I pray for his family. I pray for his 2 young children. I pray for his beautiful wife, Karita. Just you're in my prayers. You're in my thoughts. Mike James, his BFF. I texted him on Monday and was asking. I heard he was back in the hospital and wanted to go and see him. And Mike had told me to prepare myself. So John suffered with cancer. But another reason why it's really resonating with me is because of our wellness and our health. And I remember those days of John and I working long hours. And it's not always hard or easy. It's not always easy to eat right when you're working long hours. And we would be ordering food and just trying to make sure that we ate as we sat there for hours. But it's so important that we take care of ourselves. And it's so important that we are mindful about all of this stress that we're under when we're working and when we're overwhelmed and when we're consumed with so much. It's a lot. And so, how we're taking care of ourselves, mind, body, and spirit, is extremely important. And so, thinking about those long hours that we used to work and being sedentary, I wish we would get up, and I wish we had a walked around, just taking breaks. And I wish we had, instead of always ordering, those highly saturated, JJ's and Sharks and, the convenient stuff, right? Making those McDonald's runs. I wish we had have eaten better. And so, I can say that I wish a lot. But the other thing that I did as soon as I heard this news is I reached out to a colleague who is still at Push, and knowing that he's younger and around the age of probably when John and I first started some 20 years ago. And I've seen a couple of his posts on social media about, his weight and about, just needing to be healthier. And I've reached out a couple of times, but losing John today, like, immediately made me reach out to him and say, "Hey, you know what? I'm studying to be a health coach, and I want to help you." Because the fact of the matter is, even though my attention is on women and wellness, we all need it. We are suffering. And I actually realized today that I have lost more male friends to chronic conditions like cancer, like heart disease, like obesity. I've lost more friends, male friends, around those health conditions, even than female friends. And so, my brothers, this is Black Men's Health Month, and I'm writing an article in the Chicago Defender about it. Women, we've got to help take care of our men. We know that men do not go to the doctor traditionally. We know the rates of our African American men suffering with prostate cancer. I have friends who are prostate cancer survivors because they caught it early. And so, Reverend Charles Williams, one of my very first bosses who helped shape and mold me and my career and my direction. He passed away from prostate cancer, wrote a book about it. And early detection is so important. And so, ladies, we have to do the work to make sure that our men are getting to the doctor in order to make sure that they are taking care of themselves. So, the I Am That Woman movement is going to be helping to even do some initiatives around Black men and their health, their mental health, their emotional health. So many times, I was just watching Nick Cannon's new show this week on Netflix, Council Culture. And so if you guys haven't watched a couple of those episodes, I watched two so far. One was about depression and anxiety and mental health, and another one was about grief and how we deal with grief and the loss of grief. And I didn't know that Nick Cannon had lost a son at a very young age. I don't think he was even one yet. So how do we deal with all of these things? Even today, I was literally in a meeting when I got the text about John passing, and I was planning to go to the hospital right after that meeting. And it was two things that was hard for me because I put it off all week. And one lesson that I have learned, and we all have to learn, is tomorrow is not promised. And so we have to take time to tell those who we love that we love them. And we have to take time to, stop working and do what really counts and what really matters. And so I've been trying not to beat myself up about not taking the time. Tracy was coming into town and we had talked about it. And so we had planned to go today at noon to the hospital to see John. And so I didn't make it. I didn't make it there to say goodbye. So it's been really hard for me today. But I know he's not suffering anymore. I know he's not in any more pain. And again, the whole Rainbow Push family, because we were all like one big family. So Reverend Jackson, Reverend Wilson, Yusef, Shelly, Alana, all of you guys, you are in my thoughts and prayers. And I absolutely am here to do absolutely anything that I can do. And so my show today is also about our health and wellness, guys. Like, we've got to get this thing together. I was recently at Trinity United Church of Christ, their women's retreat up in Wisconsin. And there was a documentary shown about African American women in our health and wellness. And one of the statistics said that 40% of the women in that room, and it was several hundred women, but statistically, 40% of us will not make it for, or will not be here in the next 10, 20 years. And so 40% of us will die simply because of our nutrition and how we are taking care of ourselves. 40%, that is a huge number when it comes to us doing preventive measures. And so, again, we are launching a free 6-day guide to holistic wellness. And this holistic wellness and this guide will give you daily tips on how to be cognitive of your mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, physical, and nutritional well-being. That's what this movement is all about. Yes, we do a retreat. Yes, we teach you and have acclaimed speakers come and pour into you about how to take care of yourselves, but it's more than a retreat. It's a movement. And so I encourage you to go onto our website and follow the movement. Sign up for the movement, because we are here to help you live better, to live more mindful. It matters what you do as soon as you wake up every morning. I posted on social media this week, I literally said, "How are you feeling?" And then I said, "What did you eat?" It's all interrelated. So what you eat also affects your mental capacity. It affects your emotional capacity. It even affects how you spend your money, because it affects everything that you are doing. Your nutrition is the core to your being. And so, how often do you look down and see your plate is full of color? There's greens, there's yellows, there's orange, there's purples, even purple carrots. There's things that are vibrant that will help you live healthy. How often do you look down and it is brown? There's bread and there's buns and there's fried fish and there's fried chicken and there's French fries. So, how often are you being cognitively aware of what you are consuming and putting in your body? Because guess what? It makes a huge difference. And so, I want to be here to help you. John's passing today has put fuel in my fire to help us to be cognitive about, I wish I knew now what I knew then, wish I knew then what I know now, in order to help all of us in the push community to live better. But it's not too late. I want to spread the word, and I want to help anybody who is suffering with just knowing what these saturated foods and what oils and what spices and all of these things that can help us live better. Because let me tell you, inflammation, arthritis, obesity, heart disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, it's all related to your food. It's all related to what we are consuming and what we are eating. And if we know better, then prayerfully we can do better. But a lot of times we lack the knowledge. We just don't know what to do. We think we're doing the right thing, but we're not even sure. And so that's why we are here. We are here to help you. I'm on a new journey. I'm on a new mission. It's always been what the I Am That Woman movement is all about. And it's not just something that you can learn one time. You got to practice it every single day. You have to practice hydration and nutrition. Whether it's keeping a water bottle that reminds you of how much you're drinking and what you're drinking and how much more you need to drink, So there are things that we can do to help us to live better. And so I am here to help us to do that. So join the movement and go on our website and sign up starting on Monday. We're going to be doing 6 tips every single day. You can literally get a different tip about those 6 pillars of wellness. And so those 6 pillars are, it's the core center of who you are. And so your nutrition, your mind, your body, your spirit, it's all interrelated. And so I am running fast and furious to my Integrated Nutritional Institute, the Institute of Integrated Nutritional Health, to help us to be mindful about our health and wellness. We, of course, have the retreat coming up in October 2nd through the 6th. And we want you to come, because sometimes you need that jump start. Sometimes you just need that help, right? And so that help is here for you in St. Thomas, the U.S. Virgin Islands, October 2nd through the 6th. You can get the help that you need. Be with like-minded women about your journey of self-discovery in paradise. So come away for 5 days and 4 nights. Put your oxygen mask on. If you are that woman that is working tirelessly, you're overwhelmed, you're saturated with doing so much for so many others, and you're not taking care of yourself. You may not even be taking the time to go to the doctor to see, what's going on with those heart palpitations, what's going on with your night sweats, and what's going on with just not feeling good, right? And so depression, ADHD, all of these things that could be affecting you that you don't even know, if you just still away and do something that I say all the time: be still, be quiet, and be open. Just still away. For you, if you don't take care of yourself, then how can you take care of anyone else? You can't. And so you need that time for yourself, but you also need to learn daily practices. You need to learn how to breathe, like literally learn how to breathe. I had a client say to me this week, I have an event tomorrow, and I had a client say to me this week when she called, and I said, "How are you doing?" And she said, "I wish I could stay as calm as you, Twyler." And I kind of laughed, but I thought to myself, my calmness has come through the practice of meditation every morning. You guys know I tell you about it all the time, that Monday through Fridays from 5:30 to 6:30 a.m., you can join us for morning mindfulness. It has made a huge difference in my life. The things that used to overwhelm me in my career, in my job, in my family, I don't let it affect me anymore. It's my superpower of just thinking about and remembering how to breathe and how to take a moment to just be still, be quiet, and be open. Hey, Shy, thanks for joining. Sorry I didn't get to send out the announcement for today. But if there's one person or two people or 200 or 2,000 people that see this, I just want to encourage you to be mindful about your health and your wellness. I'm talking about helping people learn how to live, how to literally prolong your life. And you can do that. You don't have to suffer with these chronic conditions. You don't have to suffer with obesity and depression. You don't have to suffer with heart disease. You don't have to suffer. I'm telling you, nutrition can turn your life around. I'm not even saying that you have to cut meat totally out. You got to become vegan or pescatarian or vegetarian. All I'm telling you is you need to know the knowledge of what food does and how it helps you live. Food is medicine, and we are here to help you live longer and healthier. Food affects your mentality, your emotions. Sugar is one of those biggest drivers to it can bring you up and it can make you crash. And too much sugar really does activate cancer cells. There's so much knowledge out here about your nutrition, and sometimes we want to know and sometimes we don't want to know. But the question is, do you want to live? There's an old adage that Shai and I was talking about earlier today about living to eat or eating to live. What are you doing? And so we got to eat to live. We got to eat to save our lives and to help us to be healthier in our minds and our bodies and in our spirits. And we're here to help you learn how to do that. So please go to IAMThatWomanMovement.org so you can get these tips about your holistic wellness every day. I'll soon be publishing an ebook to help you to even have guidelines to follow on how to live better. We are all stressed out on our jobs. Our finances are attacking us. There's so much that's going on in this crazy world. If you watch the news, it will spin your mind out of control. I was just preparing for a meeting yesterday, and a news a notification popped up that the ice cream man got shot on the southeast side of Chicago. And I was telling my graphic artist, I said, "Are you kidding me? The ice cream man got shot?" I said, "If the ice cream man is getting shot, you know it's bad out here." And it is. People are losing their minds. People are depressed. People are in so much pain. but they don't have to be. They don't even know where to go. They don't know where to turn. Our young people are suffering. Social media is not helping them at all. Social media is driving them to this false reality of thinking that they can live in this world to this get rich quick scheme, or they can make over on people, and they can't. They are trying to find something in themselves that they don't feel connected to. And it's that holistic wellness. It's feeling whole in your body, in your mind, and in your spirit. It's being connected to your purpose. That's your spiritual well-being. It's not just believing in a higher being. Your spiritual well-being is about your purpose. It's about your passion. Why are you here? God's put us all here for a reason. Our young people need help. And a lot of times their nutrition too is not helping them, and they are suffering. They are suffering. So many of us, men and women and children, are suffering. And a lot of it starts with just what we are eating. The comfort food, the salty foods, the sweet foods. We really do have to learn how to live better. We learn about everything else. We learn how to drive. We learn how to be educated, right? We learn about everything else, but we don't learn how to live. We don't learn how to literally do mind checks, breathing, eating. Yeah, maybe in elementary school, they used to teach us about the 4 food groups and things like that. But our society today, if you watch TV, if you're in our communities, it's nothing but fast food, saturated foods, bioengineered foods. You got to read your labels. There's so much that we need to learn. And my purpose and my passion is on fire. I am ignited about helping us to learn how to live better. We've got to learn about what food does internally and externally. We got to learn about how it impacts our mental stability, literally. I have a girlfriend who's always talking about, those dyes, right? So when you go to our checkout counters, oftentimes you see red hot everything, right? Cheetos, red hot Cheetos, and red hot everything. That red dye 6 is a brain killer. And we're feeding it to our kids. I don't allow it, but some of us don't. Parents don't even know. We just think it's what our kids want, so we give it to them. We've got to learn. If your child has ADHD, you've got to learn what type of foods are good and not good for your child. It's related to their behavior. It's related to your emotions. If you're in menopause, what does sugar do to you? What does alcohol do to you? It exasperates your hot flashes. You got to learn how to turn down the sugar. We've got to live better. We've got to have a desire to want to live better, to want to live more mindful. We got to learn how to breathe. Don't get mad. Breathe. Take a deep breath. Step back. Step away. Take a minute. Don't go off. People have lost their lives. People have shot people, killed people, simply over losing their mental capacity to stay in control. You would be surprised at how food and nutrition is related to your mental health and wellness. So this 6-week course, I'm telling you, I'm begging you, please, to go onto our website. It's absolutely free. And what I'm going to be giving out and what I'm going to be sending out is a 6-day guide to holistic wellness. And the 6-day guide will give you daily information on how to live better for your mind, your body, and your spirit. I have a new purpose and passion. It's not that it's changed. I'm just ignited because I realized after losing John today, as I look back I've lost a lot of my male friends before they were even 65 years old. And these were brothers who we need. These are brothers who are helping small businesses. These are brothers who are helping to run nonprofits. These are brothers who are running corporations in their diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. These are men that we need. And I don't want to lose another brother because of health concerns. Natural causes, we ought to be getting in our 80s and our 90s. But there's no reason why we have to die prematurely because of our health. Because we're sedentary, because we're not exercising, because we're not eating well. It's unacceptable. It's completely unacceptable. And I'm charging myself to make sure that I do the work that needs to be done to educate us and to help us to live better, to live healthier, to live wiser, to have a spiritual life of meaning, to be connected, to live in our purpose, to do what God has designed for us to do. It is for our good and not for evil. So fuel has been put in my tank. I am running because I don't want to lose another friend to cancer, to heart disease. I don't want to lose another friend that I could have helped if I just had have said, hey, let me help you get on a health plan before it gets any worse. So I'm committed. I'm committed to you. I'm committed to me. I'm committed to our community to help us live healthier. We can do this. We can do this. We did not have to succumb to what our society has really bombarded us with. Unhealthy foods, unhealthy living, unhealthy mindsets. We do not have to live with these chronic conditions while the manufacturers of all of these medications and this society just says, just take a pill for it. We really can use our food as our medicine. We do not, I promise you, we do not have to take all of these medications for all of these ailments. There's no quick scheme to it. It happens over time, but over time with practice and eating well and mindful meditation and prayer, you can be just like an athlete. Just like when they are practicing in practice, shooting those free throws, shooting those 3-pointers. Every single day they got to practice. That's what you have to do with your health and wellness. Every single day you have to be committed. Get your water in, get your greens in, get your nutritions in, eat an apple. And I'm not saying that you even have to necessarily sacrifice the things that you enjoy. I'm a chipaholic. My name is Twyla Jenkins and I am a chipaholic. I love chips. I'm a salty girl. But guess what? I don't have to eat a whole bag. And I've learned crowding out, something I learned in my class that I will be coaching you on. Something that says, you know what? I can portion control and then I can eat an apple. And I've learned that that has helped me to balance, still enjoying my snack, but not oversaturating my body with sodium so my hands don't feel tight. So I don't have all that inflammation from all that salt and that sodium. So yes, I can still enjoy my chips, but I also love now having an apple or something nutritious with it, or before it or behind it, that will help me live and my body feels so much better. I don't have all that tension and tightness that I experience from all of that sodium. And yes, Pam, our bodies are the temples of God. Yes, they are. and we should treat them as so. God created us, and so he knows exactly how our systems work. Have you guys ever seen how, like, the walnut is like the shape of the brain, and like there are certain things like carrots look like the retina of the eye, and there are certain things that literally look like our organs? Have you ever seen that? I'm gonna have to share that. I'm gonna have to post that on our website. Food is our nutrition. He gave us everything that we need to nourish our bodies. Our bodies are not built and meant for us to eat all of this stuff that clogs our arteries and our heart and our minds. It was not built for that. Over consuming alcohol and drugs, our bodies are built for that. I was talking to a dear friend today, and he said someone said to him, I don't think I've ever seen an old, obese person. Have you ever seen a person that's in their 90s, 100 years old, and they're 400 or 500 pounds, 300 pounds, like morbidly obese, 200 pounds? No. Because weight will not have you living a long, healthy, and prosperous life. So I know that I'm usually always talking about the retreat, and I hope everybody who's listening to this, I hope every woman who needs to put their oxygen mask on first, I hope every woman by the sound of my voice who needs to take some time for herself, for her own self-discovery, I hope every woman who is overwhelmed, whether you're in corporate America, owning your own business, running a nonprofit, I hope that you join the movement, and I hope you take the time to register for the retreat. I hope you come and get poured into with these like-minded women. I hope you are ready to change your life and learn how to live better holistically for your mind, your body, and your spirit. I hope that October 2nd through the 6th that you will say yes to your well-being. But before we get to that retreat, I pray that you decide that today is the day that you want to start learning how to live. I pray that you don't wait until October. I pray that you join our movement and you get serious about your well-being. I pray that you want to learn how to mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, spiritually, and nutritionally take care of yourself. Because if you don't take care of you, you cannot take care of anyone else. So I hope today is your day. I hope today is the day that you will decide that you are worthy of living a good, nutritional life. That you are worthy to get up in the morning and feel good and not swollen and not arthritic and not, your feet hit the ground and they're hurting, or you got arthritis in your knees and your knee. There's food that can help you to mitigate those chronic conditions. I'm telling you, I'm here for you. I want to help teach you, and I hope you will be serious about learning and practicing what we will be sharing. It's a life changer. We're in the summer months. It's time to get out and take a walk. Take your shoes off, walk in the grass, connect with nature. Take the birds in, take the cicadas in. Just listen. Turn your mind off from wondering why and being stressed so much. Just take the time to do some health and wellness practices that's going to help you live better. Yes, the sacrifice is worth your life. Yes, it is. Stop bombarding your mind with the news, with stress, with anxiety, with worry, with doubt. Stop it. It's not good for you. And what can you do about it anyway? If you can't get up at 5:30, get up at 6:30, get up at 7. Whatever your wake up time is, just take time before you get started to take some deep breaths, to center yourself, to have a moment of gratitude. before any noise is on, before you turn on the TV, before you look at social media. Get your mind right. Center your heart. Take some time to just say, God, I thank you for another day. I'm not going to argue today. I'm not going to have the spirit of negativity today. I thank you, God, that I am blessed. This practice will change your life. Hydrate before you caffeinate. Something I learned at the very first retreat. You're a coffee drinker? Great. Drink your coffee. Tea drinker? Great. Drink your tea. Just drink some water before you consume caffeine. If you drink soda all the time, try and condense it. Try and go from how much ever you are doing that is not healthy for you, but instead of just trying to go cold turkey, perhaps just decrease it little by little by little. Substitute it with something that's a bit more nutritious. And if you don't know what that is, call me. I'm here to help. I'm on a path, you guys. I'm on a mission. I love my clients. I love corporate meeting planning. But after today, they got to become my second priority. I'm here to help heal. I'm on a mission to help heal our community. I'm losing too many friends that we really don't have to lose. So, Cameron, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after all of my friends who I feel like need help, who have reached out for help. I am here to help. And it doesn't matter. I know women is my passion, women is my heart, and I have the I Am That Woman movement. But if you are a man, if you're a child, it doesn't matter. I want to help whoever needs help. And it's not easy. I'm not even going to sit here and try and tell you that this is simple. Come on, just get it together. It's not easy. But through faith and through practice and through diligence, you can get there. And when you start to see the change, you'll be excited about it and we'll celebrate it. And it will be much easier to keep accomplishing those missions and those goals and those objectives. And your life will change for the better. Because what you do now really is what matters for what happens later. So the younger you are and you start these practices, the more chances are you'll have a long, fulfilling life. Now, we all have our numbered days. I'm not God. But what I know for sure is when you live healthier, your chances of living longer are better. That's just common sense. So there's no reason for us to keep living in these conditions of chronic illnesses that has us suffering every single day. I hope you've enjoyed my show today. I know that things will get better. I have faith in our community. I really do. I have faith that we have the will to be more mindful about our consumption. I love Chef Jamaica Pessoa, who's joining us again at the I Am That Woman retreat in October to help us to learn about how to season our food in a way that is healthy and not in a way that is killing us, which a lot of times in our culture, we don't always eat the best. But there are ways that we can learn to season our food and it's good and it's healthy. And that's what we want to do. So once again, join the movement. On Monday, we are launching our 6-day guide to holistic wellness. Even if you think you're in our database, go ahead and go on our website and sign up again so we have your name and your email address so we can help you live better. We are here to help. That's all that we really want to do. And we all have to make those choices all throughout the day. Yes, we do, Valerie, because milk chocolate is forever present and sugar is cancer food. And not that I'm putting you on blast, but I will never forget. It's my sister. I love her dearly. And we were going through McDonald's drive-through to get some coffee. And when she told me how many packs of sugar she wanted, I was like, I can't even ask this lady for that many packs of sugar because I will be letting you kill yourself. And I think that moment changed her. I don't know. You can drop it in the chat, Valerie. We have to know what these things are doing to us, guys. So this is the second Friday, although this was supposed to be last Friday, but all things happen in good time. We had to do our re-recording last week because of the technical difficulties the week before. But God always knows. God always knows. So I end this show by saying, morning mindfulness, I say it all the time, it will change your life. For those who are on the line, Tyree, Shiree, Valerie, Pam, drop it in the chat. How morning meditation and prayer, how does it affect your life? How does it change the way that your day goes? Prayer meditation will change your life, I'm telling you. But not just that, what you are consuming, what you are thinking, how you are feeling, all of that is interconnected for your holistic wellness. I end today's show in memory of John Mitchell, the Chief of Staff for Rainbow Push Coalition, who was my brother, who was my friend, who was someone that I will always hold near and dear to my heart. And John worked tirelessly for Rainbow Push Coalition, tirelessly. I do believe, and I will say that other than Reverend, he was definitely the hardest working person at Rainbow Push. He will forever be in my thoughts and my prayers. He will forever be a part of my life. And I will keep him alive by always saying his name. Always saying his name. And John's passing has put fuel on my fire to do the work that God has sent me here to do. And that is to help us to live better. And with that, I say go and be well and live well.